YouTube. Now we're live on all platforms. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto, the #1 cryptocurrency morning show on all the interwebs. Listen, you want to stick around for this call because we got a treat for you. All right, my name is Vincent Owens. I am your host each and every single week, and I am here with my co-host Travis Pick. Now, I want you guys to excuse my video quality personally today. I'm not in my office, so I left my actual camera at the office, but that will be corrected next week. I just want to let you guys know that we want to make sure we always keep everything high quality as we can. So welcome to Coffee and Crypto. If you guys can do me a favor, man, drop those coffee emojis in the chat box as we get it popping in. Also, let us know where you're calling in from. Drop the cities and states right now and keep that energy up. Keep that energy up. Let's go. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. I'm actually gotta grab my coffee right now, guys. Give me 1 second. Drop those cities, drop those states in the chat box. Let's go.
Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Drop those cities and states in the chat.
We got no energy to go.
We got Jacksonville. What's up, Andrew?
We got no energy.
In Port Charlotte, LA. Okay, LA gang.
We ain't got no energy. We got to close the call.
They coming.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Indiana. Okay, Indiana. Where you at in Indiana? Where at in Indiana? I'm in Chicago. Okay, ATL. Okay, Beach. Okay, cool. Okay, Miller Beach. That's lit.
It's lit. It's lit. So shout out to y'all, man. Cheers to each and every single one of y'all, man. All right, cheers. Who got their coffee? Who got their tea? Who got their beverage, man? Who got their water? Shout out to each and every single one of y'all. Listen, let's go ahead and make sure that you toast up. All right. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. So welcome to Coffee and Crypto, the #1 cryptocurrency morning show on all the interwebs. Again, my name is Vincent Owens, your host. All right, so let's dive. We got to just jump straight into this information. Now, I want to show you guys and update you. I told you guys we was not playing. I don't play games. All right, I don't play games personally. All right, some people, you'll get on some shows and they'll keep promising you things, keep saying this is coming, that is coming. It's here. You know what I mean? We told you on Tuesday and it's here, guys. All right, the OMC Network, Coffee and Crypto is our very first show. The network is about to be absolutely popping. All right, and you guys can catch us. All right, I'm gonna drop this link right here. All right, and you can access where we are on every single link. I'm gonna drop this. All right, now you can drive in your car and catch up on these shows. You know what I mean? Without having to actually watch the video. All right, this is fine. So we have Coffee and Crypto. We're now live on Apple Podcasts. We're live on Spotify. We're live on iHeartRadio. We're live on Deezer, Podcast Addict, Pod Chaser. We're also live. We're putting our application to be live on Amazon Music and podcasts. We'll be live on Samsung Podcast. Every single podcast platform that you can think of, we will be live. All right. And we are currently going live on them also. Click that link right there. Make sure you guys subscribe to this as well and follow us. All right. It helps us monetize the show. We don't do this for free. All right, we really don't. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like everything is about monetization at this point in my life because when you bring value to the marketplace, it's time for you to be able to monetize on that value. And so without you guys having to pay us a red dime, all right, you can just click the subscribe button on our YouTube, click the subscribe button on these podcast shows, and this would definitely help us with our mission of monetizing this so that we can free our families and free ourselves and continue to stay free and also be able to free you guys, all right? Because ultimately, if you guys support us, we can continue to show up here and give you this information, all right? So we appreciate each and every single one of y'all. So let's jump into this content, all right? So CoinMarketCap, all right, CoinMarketCap, today, the cryptocurrency market is at $1.1 trillion. All right, so we're at $1.1 trillion, still staying stagnant pretty much, still consolidating. And I do believe that there's a couple of things that cryptocurrency is waiting on. And the major thing is going to be regulation. I believe regulation is one of those main things. Now, going to the top 10 coins. All right, those are our focuses right now, top 10 coins. Bitcoin is at 23,464, so it's down 5%. Ethereum is finally down. So we're starting to see some red in the market, which is healthy because we're in accumulation stage right now. Something that I want to let you guys know is that Coffee and Crypto is not. We do not offer investment advice on this show. So all of the information that you hear here live on this show should be taken, all right, with a grain of salt. And you should also go and do your own research. Make sure you guys do your own research. It's very, very important to do your own research and make sure you also consult with a financial advisor or a decentralized financial advisor. That way, someone can help you, all right, establish that portfolio that you're looking to establish. XRP is up to net number 6, all right, 37 cents today. We're still sitting below 40 cents. All right, down 2% over the last 7 days. So this is the current state of the market. We're still in the space where it makes sense and it's good to invest. So shout out to each and every one of y'all. Now, moving over to my TikTok page. If you do not follow me on TikTok, it's the Vincent Owens on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. It's the same one, the Vincent Owens. So you guys can go and follow me on TikTok, wherever you want to follow me, Instagram, Twitter. All right. So I'm going to play this video, and this was very important. This was a screenshot that has been surfacing all over Twitter and Instagram. And so it's really is meant to show you guys the most active investors that are investing into blockchain companies by the top 100 public companies, right? Blockchain technology. Sorry, guys. So that's from September. That's from September of 2021 to June of 2022. All right, so let's get this thing started now. The top 100 public companies. Let's get it. Blockchain. All right, I'm not sure why this video. Let me try to go back to it real quick. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Should be good. All right, no, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So I'm gonna try to pull this up. I'm gonna see if I can refresh this page really fast for you all, because I want you to see this video. All right. All right. I'm not sure why it's not playing sound. 1 second, y'all. Let me get it together.
I'm gonna try to pull it up on my screen, bro, from your page. Give me a second.
Yo, listen, I'm coming back to you guys to show you more facts. It's one thing to talk about numbers all day and where the coin is going to go, this coin is going to go, and that coin is going to go. But here's the real facts. Now, most active investors in blockchain companies by the top 100 public companies. Now, these are companies that are public, all right, on the stock market. Now, this is from September 2021 to June 2022. Now, you can see all these companies that are public on the stock market that are investing into blockchain companies, putting their money in the belly of the beast. Now, you got Alphabet, BlackRock, Samsung, Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon, PayPal, Microsoft, Citibank, Wells Fargo, LG, American Express, and the list goes on and on. Now, it really all comes down to this. Are you going to allow all these companies to continue to invest into the next generation of technology, or are you going to go ahead and get in? If you're interested in learning more about crypto, man, click the link in my bio, set up a consultation, and let's go over this stuff together.
All right, so I played that video for one reason, right? And one reason only. And it was really to, and let me go through this. All right, so it was really to be able to show you guys that the biggest players are in the crypto space. Now, there's breaking news, all right? And so drop those coffee, give me 1 second. Drop those coffee emojis, all right? Drop those coffee emojis and let's light it up because it's hot, all right? It's hot off the press right now. Hsbc confirms that XRP represents central bank currencies, all right? This is really, really big. All right. This is some of the news. These are the type of bullish things that we're looking for when it comes to XRP. Now, this is hot off the press, August 17th. So Hsbc confirms that XRP, which is one of the biggest banks, right, confirms that XRP represents central bank currencies. Now, moving down, all right, I showed you guys Goldman Sachs. All right, so it says so far Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, and now Hsbc all classify XRP as a currency. All right, so the SEC is really the only company out there that classifies XRP as a security, right? They're the only entity outside of the US. It's not like that. And so I have a document that I want to share with you all right now. Okay, and this document is directly from the Hsbc. All right, so distributed ledger technology in the capital markets, game changers, future trends in securities services. All right, so scrolling down, this is directly from the Hsbc. All right, and so something that you'll notice is that majority of the customers and the clients of Ripple are not US-based companies. They're not US-based banks. And so this is very, very important. Now, the executive summary says this: following several years of development, applications for distributed ledger technology in capital markets are multiplying fast and moving rapidly towards implementation. All right, so it says this paper aims to take a pragmatic look at the future evolution of DLT, identifying realistic possibilities. Now, before we go further into this document, I want to share something with you, right? So I told you guys before, I do have a master's of science in public health, and whenever there is a new disease out, there's an immense amount of research. I promise you, if you go to COVID right now and you go to WebMD, you go to any of these sources where there's actual published data from PhD level students, doctoral level students, master level students, what you will notice is there's so much data out there and so many subsets of that data. And so this is a disease within our financial markets. Cross-border payments is a disease. The way that it's being done is a disease, and these are the cures, right? These are the cures. And so right now, there are doctoral level people, right, which are senators, right, which are politicians, which are CEOs. Those are the doctoral level people, right, who are over the financial world. And so what I want you guys to see right here, all right, on this document, all right, is this, okay? So kind of going down, talks about introduction, welcome to the latest paper in our Game Changer series. I guess this is actually a series. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. 1 second, 1 second. I killed mommy and her new. All right, we're good to go. We're good to go. Sorry about that. So scrolling down so you guys can actually see my page. What are the most compelling use cases for DLT in the capital markets, right? So it says payments. DLT can streamline end-to-end value transfers, right? Travis, if you could take care of the people, and that's why you can do me a favor and take care of the people that jump in. Can't do nothing about it. Y'all stay focused. Travis will take care of it and handle it. Appreciate you, bro. I'll make you the co-host so you can take care of it. Kick them out and we should be good to go. Give me 1 second, y'all. It's always gonna be like that when you're on your way to the top. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? That just lets us know that we're doing a great, great, great job. Let's get it. All right. So let's keep pushing forward. All right. So DLT can streamline end-to-end value transfers, reducing costs, operational risk, and settlement periods. For example, Ripple's XRP ledger provides real-time cross-border settlements using tokens that represents central bank currencies in foreign exchange. HSBC's FX Everywhere tool processed more than 3 million 3M intercompany FX transactions worth 250 billion in its first year. So it basically says that the HSBC's Forex Everywhere tool processed more than 3-minute intercompany FX transaction worth 250 billion in its first year, right? Now that's really big. The next thing that they're focused on in the capital markets is bank finance. Now, they actually said XRP. They actually said Ripple, right? Which is pretty cool. They actually said that in the document. They did not mention any other cryptocurrency in this document besides XRP. What'd you say, bro?
So I'm loving that.
Yeah, man. They also talked about R3 consortium right here, right? They also talked about bank finance, and then they talked about they said it's hosted on IBM's blockchain. Now, what's IBM blockchain, family? Who's bullish on the call? Can you guys drop that in the chat box? Who's bullish? What is IBM's blockchain? Y'all let me know. What is the blockchain that IBM actually, that IBM uses? Does anybody know? Okay. Jose says Stellar. Shout out to Jose. Anybody else know? Y'all got to pay attention on these calls now. Y'all got to pay attention on these calls. HBAR, right? Hedera Hashgraph, one of the major partners of IBM. Stellar as well, right? But for surely Hedera Hashgraph is directly on the website. You know what I'm saying? So bank finance, it says that DLT could transform this by providing a shared record of shipments, ownership, finance, and insurance. The WE Trade platform, built by 20 European banks, including HSBC, and hosted on IBM's blockchain, conducted its first open account trades in July of 2018. Okay. They also focused on fund administration and then also customer identification, which we talk about, KYC and anti-money laundering checks. So these are all of the things, again, that we've heard before, and it's continuing to roll out, and they're continuing to push these narratives. Now, let's go back to my internet so I can show you guys some more proof. Okay. So that was our breaking news. I wanted to start that to show you guys that we're still in a great space for XRP. XRP is doing one hell of a job. And I want to play this video right here from Brad Garlinghouse as to how he actually feels. Now, this is not a new video, okay? But it shows you, if you have not been investing in XRP, or if you are investing into XRP, this right here is going to help you and kind of soothe you, because the CEO, all right, one of the guys who's the creator, all right, one of the guys who is one of the founders of Ripple, okay, is talks really bullish in regards, and he's super cocky. That's why I like him. I'm like, yo, he's super cocky, and you can't be cocky everywhere you go unless you know what you're talking about, right? So let's get to this video.
Start with what happens, right, if you do not get a ruling in your favor. XRP is called a security
in the United States.
You would be out of the United States.
No. I was clarifying your question. The SEC only has jurisdiction in the United States. And in some ways, if you think about how the world is operating right now, it's as if the case has been lost. You know, other than on Uphold and maybe a few other exceptions, you can't trade XRP in the United States. You know, Coinbase halted trading, others delisted it. So if Ripple loses the case, does anything change? Like, in some ways, if you think about how the world is operating right now, it's as if the case has been lost. if you think about how the world is operating right now, it's as if the case has been lost. You know, other than on Uphold and maybe a few other exceptions, you can't trade XRP in the United States. You know, Coinbase halted trading, others delisted it. So if Ripple loses the case, does anything change? Like, it's basically just, it's status quo. Ripple is still growing very, very quickly.
Well, there are still people betting that you could win this case.
Well, I think that's the case. I'm betting that, just to be clear. And look, I'm betting that not just because of the tone of the questions from the judge and these kind of things. I'm betting that because I think the facts are on our side. I'm betting that because the law is on our side. And I think the SEC has massively overstepped into try to take kind of jurisdictional ownership over something that is, you know, I think they saw this gray area. They're like, hey, we're going to go in. It's like any company, if the country you're based in is making it hard for you to be successful, you go other places. I mean, on a percentage basis, our growth is much more outside the United States than in the United States. 95% of our customers are non-US companies. On a percentage basis, our growth is much more outside the United States than in the United States. 95% of our customers are non-US companies. So, you know, look, we're going to continue to invest where we know what the rules are. Even though there are a lot of libertarian roots around crypto, my experience is most actors in crypto want to play by the rules.
So he said that 95% of their customers right now aren't even US based companies. And so that takes me into the next segment of what I need to talk about, right? And so first off, will Ripple replace Swift? All right, will Ripple the company replace Swift? All right, an important question, but an easy one to answer in my opinion. This particular news reporter says yes. So I want you to listen to this video from 2018. It's about 4 minutes long, and it'll give you a better understanding. Maybe you're on here and you really don't know what Ripple is. I want you to drop a 7 and be honest. If you really don't know what Ripple is, you know cross-border, but you really don't understand it, drop a 7 in the chat box and let me know. I want to see if there's anybody on here that may still be struggling to understand 100% what Ripple is. After this 4-minute video, you're going to have a much better and greater understanding. Listen up, guys.
Many banks have over 1,000 active Nostro accounts that collectively hold hundreds of millions of dollars. This isn't uncommon. It's simply the cost of doing business in transaction banking. This creates several problems for banks. First, it's inefficient. The required funds for large Nostro networks are immense and sit idle. Second, it's costly. The unavoidable manual reconciliations result in high costs. And third, it's risky. The exposure to both counterparty and foreign exchange risk is high. And because of this, we know that solving for real-time payments is only half the battle. The other half is solving for our customers' global liquidity pain points. We're solving these pain points through RippleNet, a global network of financial institutions using the same technology, rules, and governance. Through RippleNet, we're helping customers overcome their liquidity pain points in 2 ways. First, through flexible options to support customers' existing liquidity arrangements, as well as to supplement them with new arrangements, including third-party liquidity and settlement through digital assets. Second, through pathfinding, which is the ability to link multiple liquidity arrangements in a single transaction, smart routing across the network to gain a variety of net new benefits. Banks can choose between a number of liquidity arrangements to optimize for costs, risks, and capital efficiency. Let's overview the 3 liquidity arrangements supported by RippleNet. First are bank-to-bank fiat relationships, also known as Nostro account relationships. We support this model so that customers can leverage their existing relationships. This enables the banks that are provisioning liquidity to earn FX revenues, making it ideal for strategic high-volume corridors. With this liquidity arrangement, Bank A and/or Bank B would have a Nostro account with the other bank, pre-funding it in the destination currency. Or there could be a credit relationship with the 2 banks. Second are third-party liquidity arrangements, which allow banks to rationalize their Nostro relationships keeping only relationships they want versus the ones they need. This enables banks to overcome the costs from corridors where liquidity can be expensive. This is an ideal option for medium volume corridors. With this liquidity arrangement, a third party would open foreign currency accounts at both financial institutions for them to use for payout in each country. Third is the ability to settle payments via a digital asset, XRP. XRP's speed, scalability, and cost make it the ideal bridge asset for cross-border payments. This allows banks to grow their payments volume and reach without accumulating more direct liquidity relationships. With XRP's trading volume at higher daily average than most exotic currencies, it makes it an ideal bridge asset for payments into exotic corridors. With this liquidity arrangement, each bank either holds XRP directly or leverages an exchange to source XRP.
Listen, each bank either holds XRP directly. That's a private ledger. That's not public. So that's why XRP said they had two ledgers, private and public sector. Pay attention.
Directly, or leverages an exchange to source XRP. This serves as an on-demand, fungible liquidity pool that can be used for payments. RippleNet resolves today's liquidity pain points in these ways. It's more capital efficient. The diverse options for liquidity provisioning allow banks to shrink their Nostro network. It costs less. The atomic pass-fail processing automates reconciliations, saving 60% in operational costs. And finally, it reduces risk. The real-time settlement and fewer direct relationships decrease overall risk. At Ripple, we're not just solving for better technical connectivity between banks, we're also solving for the other side of the equation, global liquidity.
So that's the use case. So when we talk about utility, that's what we look for, right? And so as you guys can see, will Ripple replace Swift? What did Brad Garlinghouse say? 95% of their customers is not us, their customers is all these people. So check this out. List of Ripple partners, RippleNet members, list of banks, American Express, PNC, Star One Credit Union, CBW Bank, TD Bank Canada. Most of these you won't even know. Scotia Bank, Bank of Montreal, all right, Barclays, Bank of England, all right. All of these banks are banks all around the world. First Bank of Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority, which is a central bank, right? Bank of Thailand, Bank of Indonesia. These are central banks, right? So as you can see, central banks and the retail smaller banks. Then we have remittance and money transfer firms. You got American Express, FX International Payments. You got TransPay Go. You got UAE Exchange, MoneyGram, but you also got Earthport. Now that takes me to the next topic. Right now, back in 2019, Visa, who's a Ripple partner, acquired Earthport. All right, if you don't know what Earthport is, let's dive in. Okay, so Earthport is a company that provides cross-border payment services to banks, money transfer service providers, and business via the world's largest independent ACH network. Currently, Visa enables payments to be sent to or from Visa cards. The acquisition will make it possible for Visa clients to enable individuals, businesses, and governments to utilize Visa to send and or receive money through banks around the world. With the acquisition, again, guys, M&A, mergers and acquisitions, we're in that season. We're going to keep seeing the word acquisition. We talked about this on the last episode. With the acquisition of Earthport, Visa expects to be able to reach the vast majority of the world's banked population and allow them to easily, quickly, and securely move money worldwide. This is why they are pushing, right? So what is Earthport? The UK payment service provider being wooed by Visa and MasterCard. So this is a UK payment service provider. Again, not in the US, so the SEC has nothing to do about it. Now, I want to show you guys another acquisition that happened, all right, back in September 18th of 2013. This is early on, all right? So Baden Hill offered by Earthport. So let's dive into this, right? So Earthport made it a goal, and they did another acquisition, right? For Baden Hill, and you guys want to look into Baden Hill, but they also are a big cross-border firm as well. Now, let me find. Okay, here it is. The acquisition of Baden Hill represents a strategic opportunity for Earthport to augment its current foreign exchange services by providing additional capabilities and expertise to existing clients. In addition, the acquisition should generate cost savings primarily through the pooling of shared resources and assets. Earthport intends to retain Baden Hill's existing operating structure, which together with Baden Hill's management and staff have contributed to Baden Hill's success to date, and which Earthport would anticipate play an important role in the development of the enlarged group. Accordingly, the Baden Hill business will operate on a commercially independent basis. All right, so there's a lot of acquisitions that's happening now. That's been happening. Things have been leading up to this moment. This is back in 2013. This is before Earthport was even acquired, right, by Visa and MasterCard. Now, let's keep pushing forward. There's a committee directly through SWIFT. It's called, and this call is going to go a little over. So Travis, take your time, bro. We're gonna go. We may go over a little bit in time. I'm gonna have to reschedule my 11 o'clock. But let's keep going because this is going to be good. All right, don't worry about rushing. So Payments Market Practice Group, the PMPG. All right, PMPG, driving better market practices. The Payment Market Practice Group provides a global forum to drive better market practices, which together with correct use of standards will help in achieving full straight-through processing and improved customer service. They're pushing ISO 222, which is the standard. Now, this video right here, I'm going to show it to you because it's important. I need you to see it.
So the PMPG is the Global Payment Market Practice Group. It comprises of a variety of different country payments experts around the globe, all inputting into market practice at a global scale for cross-border payment.
We don't have very many industry groups that we can rely on to create the type of dialogue we need around both standardization and market practice. The two are very, very closely aligned.
It's really about how do we use that standards in a harmonized way in order that everybody understands the same thing the same way.
We can say confidently that they are consensus and have the input from the global industry.
Just that ability to provide our own voice through our community, through the Canadian National Member Group participants is very important to us. We recently had a payments forum, for example, in Hong Kong, which was run by the SWIFT and brought about 100 banks together. We started off with a plan to have 100 participants in that meeting and ended up with 180.
So the PMPG in our community helps, is like a bridge between the local infrastructure and local market guidance and the international world.
Trying to get each one of the jurisdictions globally and each one of the market participants to talk to each other in a common format and solve problems without necessarily a single body telling them what to do is a big challenge.
So standards don't pop on a daily basis. Standards are meant to be there for a long time. So it's like a good red wine. It has to maturate.
I think the challenge is our remit gets broader.
Implement faster and implement more efficiently and implement smarter.
It raises the bar and puts us squarely in the frame to get some more stuff done.
So one key thing I took away from that was outside of the big smiles, these guys are happy that this is happening, right? But outside of the smiles, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. You know, it's like good wine. It gets better over time. That's what he said, right? So it's going to take time. Now, I want to show you guys who's over this payment market practice group, right? The co-chair is the head of payments and liquidity management for Wells Fargo, right? So there's another bank. And then here's the other members, right? Each one of them, if you pay attention, Bank of Australia, Bank of Austria, DNB Bank, right? Corporate and Investment Bank, right? Digital current, all these people is Barclays Bank. So all of these people are from all the leading banks. And they said, you know what, let's pull strategically some of the top board members from each of these banks. Let's put you guys on this board. And so that we can actually make sure that we have fair market practices for all, right? And so that's really what's happening, man. I mean, there's so much that can be shown. I mean, if you guys see here, I mean, we help, like, this is Ripple, directly on Ripple's website. You know, they have testimonials from Neum, Santander, Money Match, Centbee, right? I mean, there's so many different customers, right? Here goes customer case studies, right? This is from Cross. If you look around, all of these are pretty much foreigners. These are not American companies. I really wanted to make this the highlight of this call for my segment, is that it don't matter what the SEC does. It really doesn't, because Ripple is not focused on the US. They will leave the United States and they will establish business elsewhere. And what does that mean for us as retail US investors? I believe that puts us at a huge advantage in this market. So with that being said, I'm going to pass this over to my brother Trav. Trav, take us away, bro, and keep this thing bullish. I need y'all to drop some hot coffee in the chat box for my bro. Drop some hot coffee in the chat box for bro. Travis, are you there?
I'm here, bro. I'm here. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. That was a great session, bro. Very, very, very amazing, because like you said, Ripple does not need to be in the United States. How's my connection? Is it okay?
It's good.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, Ripple does not need to be in the United States. One thing that I wanted to share with you guys is the beginning of your article, the beginning of your session. I have my hand raised, you know, you said, give me a second, but I just wanted to highlight this because the first thing that you showed them was your Instagram video, and you highlighted all the different companies that were investing in blockchain technology. So Google is actually the #1 company. That first company on that list that you guys saw was Alphabet. So Google's parent company is called Alphabet, and they are one of the world's largest conglomerate companies. They appear to be heavily investing in blockchain, and more than the crypto community more than the community realizes. So that was one thing I found very, very interesting. I wanted to highlight that. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is, give me one second, is this. I talked a little bit about all the different financial licenses that Crypto.com has recently acquired. This is a new financial license that they've just acquired, August 16th, is with the Crypto.com exchange registers with the UK financial regulator. So it says right here, digital asset exchange Crypto.com registered with the UK's financial regulator, the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority. So it says the Singapore-based firm, which serves more than 50 million customers, is now authorized to conduct certain crypto asset activities, which is kind of blurry, kind of gray, but there will be more details on the approval will come Wednesday. So that was just another interesting thing that I found. But I want to stick to the narrative that we've been covering, and I'm going to get right into it. And what I would like to show you guys is that there are inflation woes Forbes just posted this article today, actually, and they're saying that retirees on Social Security may get some great news. So they're actually looking to increase. They're going to increase inflation is an obvious concern for retirees living on a fixed income, and seeing volatility impact your retirement portfolio can be stressful and daunting. A silver line may be on the horizon. The Senior Citizens League has indicated that the cost of living adjustment for 2023 could be around 9.6, the highest increase since 1981. So they're going to get an increase in their amount of monthly stipend if they are on Social Security, the highest since 1981, when inflation was at an all-time high as well. So that is a very interesting thing. Another thing that I wanted to cover is that the central bank governor of Egypt has resigned one day before rates meeting. The economists are now split over the policy decision on Thursday. So you're seeing issues of inflation all over the world and issues in policy determining inflation. So Egypt's monetary policy is up in the air after the shock resignation of the central bank governor just a day before a scheduled decision on interest rates. So that is a very important thing to pay attention to, because inflation is an issue all over the world, not just in America. And I want to show you guys this video that Ray Dalio posted. So Ray Dalio, a little bit of background on this guy. He is the founder of Bridgewater Assets, or Bridgewater Associates. And Bridgewater Associates is the largest hedge fund in the world. He has over $154 billion in assets, and he's posting this video at this specific time for a reason. I'm going to play it.
We hit in March of 1980. Right. And as a result of...
Give me 1 second.
So 14.8% inflation is where we hit in March of 1980. Right. And as a result of that, you tighten monetary policy. I remember it very well. You set an M1 target of 5.5%. And as a result of that, interest rates went up to 20%.
More than we ever expected.
And when you tighten monetary policy like that, it drove the unemployment rate up to 10%, and it caused the worst downturn in that period of time since the Great Depression. And you held tight in that. There were protests, there was anger, and you held tight in that, and you followed it through. And as a result of that, you broke the back of inflation. And in 1983, that inflation rate went down to 3% inflation at that time. And we began a decade of prosperity, of strong growth with low inflation.
You may not remember the atmosphere was experiencing inflation rate going up from what efforts to afford, and that our nation now had more buttons than policy. And there was already too far, you get some unemployment. So we went a decade that way, and we got more inflation and more unemployment. And when I took over the Federal Reserve, at the end of Carter's administration, President Carter was totally frustrated because he seemed to be unable to take any initiative anyway, because all this inflation was backfiring on. He couldn't do anything on the budget, couldn't do anything on energy. All these things he would have liked to have seemed to be stalled by this fear of inflation. And it was very real at that time. And so he asked me to become chairman of the Federal Reserve. Well, it was obvious that existing policies weren't working. And actually, I was in the Federal Reserve before that, voting against some of those policies. But I decided we had to change an approach, and we got to stop.
So basically, you guys can see that from that video, inflation is not going to reverse until you can see this guy. His name is Stanley Druckenmiller. Vince said I'm having an issue with my Wi-Fi. I'm not sure why. First time that has happened. But this guy, his name is Stanley Druckenmiller. He is a famous investor. And I just want to show you guys, when I typed his name up today on Google, it says famed investor Druckenmiller dumps Amazon. He also, another article says Stanley Druckenmiller sells big tech stocks after warning on recession. This was 2 days ago. So he's exited a very large position in his portfolio. And he is someone that is a famed investor. This person right here, who I follow on Twitter, which I fully recommend you guys follow this person. The Instagram is Wifey Alpha, and he is a guy that actually acts like he's a weird guy. I'm just gonna say he's a weird guy, but he knows about money. But this video from Stanley Druckenmiller, it says, once inflation goes above 5%, it has never come back down without the Fed funds rate exceeding the CPI. So currently inflation for July was at 8.5%. We are approaching higher rates, about 6% in the interest rates. So another tweet that Wifey says is people are underestimating how aggressive the Fed will be obligated to tighten. So that means that they're going to have to raise interest rates, just like in that video that I was just showing, where Ray Dalio said that they're going to have to raise interest rates higher than the CPI to bring it back down. So that indicates that we are heading into an area of pain. The markets are probably going to go lower with the current monetary policy that are being issued. Another thing that I found very, very interesting was Tether. Tether is something that we've been following closely. They have now hired one of the world's top accounting firms for their attestations. Today that it had employed the top 5 digital for
you're breaking up, bro.
The stablecoin public
You're breaking up. Drop some coffee in the chat box for my bro. Drop some coffee in the chat box, man. You know what I mean? Can't nothing stop us. Even look, they can't, like Lil Wayne said, they can't stop us even if they tried to stop us. You know what I mean? And they've tried, you know what I mean? But they can't stop us even if they try. All right, let's get it. Drop that energy. Light it up for my bro. Light it up. So what we're gonna do until he comes back, all right, until he comes back, all right, let's keep the quality moving forward. Let's keep it pushing forward. So give me 1 second, y'all. All right, Travis will be back in a second. However, in other news, all right, crypto, okay, cryptocurrency is definitely the future. If you're new on this call, what I want you to understand, or if you're watching on YouTube right now, if you find us, again, guys, we are live, and I want to share my screen and show you. We are live on every single platform. All right, you can. I've been dropping the link inside of the chat. Make sure you guys go. We are now live with the podcast on Apple Podcasts. You can literally go type in Coffee and Crypto Podcast, and you can find us on Apple. So what I'm gonna do is show y'all what I'm talking about. All right, show y'all what I'm talking about. All right, so literally, if you go here, all right, and you pull up Apple Podcasts, there we are right there. You know what I'm saying? There we are right there. We're right here. All right, we have not uploaded all the episodes. We got up to episode number 11 right now, but we will have all of our episodes available for you all very, very soon. So shout out to everybody you know, that's plugging in, that's staying tuned in. Continue to lock in with us. Travis, are you back, bro?
I think I'm back. How's my connection now?
Man, connection is great. Connection is great.
Cool. Okay, we back. We back. Thank you, Devin. Thank you. We rocking. Thank you. All right, so we back. Give me 1 second, family. I'm gonna get right back into it. So Tether has announced right now that they are hiring a top 5 accounting firm for reserve attestations. So the key thing that I want to draw from the way this article goes is this right here. Give me 1 second. So it says, unlike attestations where accounting firms only attest to the accuracy of certain company delivered statements, an audit verifies the accuracy, completeness, and composition of the firm's balance sheet and tests the internal controls for financial reporting. Tether's chief rival, USDC issuer Circle, has published 2 complete audits for 2020 and 2021. Tether has never been completely audited, and now they're hiring one of the world's top accounting firms to give attestations. So they're not being audited, they're just making it look like they're going to be audited. Now, a lot of people have drawn some theories that Tether is tied heavily to Chinese paper as a form of their reserve assets, which Chinese paper is just a bond saying that it's an asset. It's really not an asset. It's just a piece of paper. So I want to get into what those Chinese paper bonds cover. A lot of them is real estate. They're based off real estate. Well, this guy, Graham Stevenson, says the Chinese economy is experiencing a near complete collapse. He goes on to say nearly 500,000 customers have lost their deposits as the banks lent indiscriminately to housing developers who are now facing cascading defaults. Here's the story the Chinese government doesn't want you to know. He says, all of this begins with one thing, real estate. Chinese are obsessed with real estate, and 70% of China's wealth is tied to real estate, twice as high as the US. Reports are now emerging about real estate Ponzi schemes. So this is where I'm going to go into this video by Ian Dunlap, the master investor. This is in another place. You want to pay attention to when you see things in multiple places from high-level investors. Give me 1 second.
Unmute at the bottom, bro. Bottom right.
This is crazy. Apparently, the Chinese economy is on the brink of collapse in just a matter of days, which has been accused of running a massive Ponzi scheme of over $9 trillion. A real estate developer comes along to take funding and pre-sell money to start building homes. But before completing their projects, they then use the collateral of what they've built so far to collect more funding and more pre-sell money to start building more of these unfinished homes. And this pre-sell strategy is how over 85% of China's homes are sold. And it can take months, if not years, for these real estate developers to finally start building. And that's why we see all these half-finished, empty buildings littered throughout. So far, demand for housing has dropped to 16.9%, which is the lowest level since 2016. And home sales have plummeted 25%, which was one of China's biggest real estate developers that you might remember from last year, which defaulted on its payments. Now, Ever makes up 30% of China's entire GDP. So about a third of how China makes its money is by selling real estate.
So a third of how they make their money is by selling real estate, and their real estate market is potentially about to collapse. We covered this prior in a prior episode where Henan Bank was getting bank runs. They were getting bank runs as a result of this. And you can see in this slide right here, with reports suggesting that over 400,000 customers have fallen victim to such activities. The activities that they're referring to is deposit issues where people could not get their money. Public trust in the banking system plummeted, and government stepped in to avoid bank runs and liquidity crunches. So that is a key issue that we want to focus on, is liquidity crunches around the world, because we know Ripple will bring on-demand liquidity to the markets instantly. So that is a very key solution with those Nostro Vostro accounts all across the world that Vince talked about earlier, is that the liquidity is not there right now because these banks have to park hundreds of billions and trillions of dollars to make sure that these payments occur. Well, Ripple will bring on-demand liquidity to make sure that these types of issues, bank runs, will not occur in the future. That is the key. And I want to finish off with this article by the ECB, because the ECB is the European Central Bank. It says CBDCs are important in the continuation of the monetary system. So the European Bank has said that launching a government-controlled central digital currency, popularly known as central bank digital currency, was the only solution to guarantee a smooth continuation of the monetary system. So the issues that we're facing right now all around the world, we need a smooth continuation because of liquidity crunches that are occurring. CBDCs will allow instant transactions, 24/7 banking. The banks will not be shut down because of this. Now, it says the ECB's remarks were part of a working paper series by the institution looking into monetary policy, financial stability, and their connection to CBDCs. Notice that it says financial stability. We are in a point of time where inflation is at one of its all-time highs. Financial stability is questionable all around the world. And you're seeing people like Stanley Druckenmiller exit tech positions. You're seeing Ray Dalio, who we just posted that video of. Remember, when it hits the fan, whether it's next year, he has sold the largest hedge fund. Right here, you can see right here on this slide where the likes show up. Bridgewater has sold $1 billion in Chinese stocks. So you want to pay attention. We saw that video the other day where 5 companies have divested from the stock market in America. You're seeing famous investors sell off Chinese assets, as well as the Chinese real estate market is at a very, very, very crucial point in time right now. And they have invested, these same companies that have invested in Chinese real estate have invested in American real estate as well. So that the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it will send shockwaves through the market when this crisis comes to a head. And overall, I believe that based on these narratives, where we're seeing inflation all around the world, I believe that we're still in for a bit of pain. And I believe that the solution, can you hear me?
Yep. I said amazing, bro. Amazing.
So the solution, like the European Central Bank said, is CBDCs. CBDCs are going to bring that continuation,
man,
that
drop
solution.
Drop bricks. I need y'all to drop bricks. Bricks in the chat box. Bricks. Hope y'all know how to spell it. Drop bricks in the chat box, man. Drop it, because it's very important. Bricks is like everything you're saying. Yo, Ripple is like the mafia. You know what I mean? No, mom, that's not how you spell bricks.
She on some Gucci, man.
How you don't spell bang? How you spell bricks? All right, what is bricks? Right? Come on, y'all. I need y'all to get this together, man. Pay attention. Pay attention. All right, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Yo, I want to just tie this thing in. Last thing I wanted to show before we get up out of here is this right here. All right. Ripple just announced, all right, and this hot off the press, August 17th, this happened yesterday. Ripple's launching their crypto-enabled enterprise payment in Brazil with Travelex Bank. So, you know, guys, again, Ripple is the mafia money, man. I really believe that, you know, everything that we're talking about here, you guys will be able to go back for years and years and years and be able to be like, man, these guys was on it. way far. Y'all gonna be like, man, these guys was far ahead of their time. And so, yo, Travis, you did amazing with putting that information together. I love how you tie in. You really tie in policy. You tie in real estate. It's not just with what you do. It's not always just about cryptocurrency, but you really tie in our global economic state. You know what I mean? That we're in all industries, not just financial, but real estate. I love how you bring up the topics of global warming, green energy. Like, bro, you're a wealth of information, and we're blessed to have you here on Coffee and Crypto. Drop those bricks in the chat box, man. Let's go. Shout out to Travis. Shout out to Travis. Shout out to Travis. But let's fast forward. It's now 7 minutes past the hour. Is there anybody that wants to share one thing you like, learned, or love from this episode? We'd love for you to share, especially our new people. We love to hear from you. If you came in, this call starts at 10 a.m. All right, 10 a.m. on the dot. All right, we'd love for you guys to share one thing you like, learned, or loved with this episode. So if you have anything, please raise your hand, and we'd love to offer you up. If not, then we're going to get up out of here. If not, then we're going to jump up out of here. Awesome. I think we did a great job today, Travis. So again, we ain't gonna stick around, bro. People got something to say, they gonna say it. So with that being said, yo, thank you so much for hopping on Coffee and Crypto. And y'all already know, man, we will see y'all on the next episode. This was episode number 32. If you are watching live on YouTube, make sure before you're out of here, click that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and we will see y'all at the top. Not just from the top. Until next episode, see y'all next week, and y'all have a safe weekend. Thank you, Travis. Peace.